Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a video that I am doing with Laura Alberts and Miranda Weber. So they asked me to participate in their Scrap Madness video a day, and today is the day that I chose to play along with them. So here you can see I have this one adorable photo of my two boys, Jonas and Brennan. They're my two oldest. And this was when, I think this was right after we moved into our old house. So this would have been 2009. And they were just so cute back then. I miss them as toddlers and just little kids. But anyway, I am using the Willow Lane collection from Maggie Holmes. I just love this collection so much, and even though it's kind of got a lot of girly colors like pinks and purples, it's also got blues and yellows and greens and things, so I thought it was the perfect collection to use for this photo because these two, they were just loving on each other and just being so sweet to each other in this photo, and I just thought it was perfect. This heart paper is one of my favorite papers from the collection, and so I was really glad to be able to use the full background paper, the full 12 by 12, and because I tried cutting it up before and just using little bits and pieces of it, but I really didn't want to cover up all of the hearts. Those are definitely hearts. So here you can see I have a bunch of scraps, and I am just going to spend some time layering all of these scraps behind the photo. I'm going to ink the edges of all of my papers with Close to My Heart Pacifica ink, and I like how it just kind of helps the each of the pattern papers and the cardstock pieces just kind of pop off of the background because they kind of all were blending in, except for the dark blue color, of course. But these lighter colors were kind of blending in, and so I didn't want that to happen. I wanted them to stand out from the background, and so by adding the ink on the edges of each of the papers, that kind of helps that add a little bit of more depth to each layer. So I'm using quite a few different layers and papers here. I'm trying to do something new for me, and layering isn't one of my strengths, but I've been trying really hard lately to do more laying and to go out of my comfort zone, and I'm not sure how I feel about this layout yet. I really do love it, but at the same time, I'm not really sure. I don't know. What do you guys think about my layering on this layout? Like, I've never been very good at layering, and you watch some scrapbookers and they are just a pro, and it's like, how did they do that? Like, it makes you feel so silly. Like, they make it look so easy, and then you go to do it and you're like stumped. At least that's how I feel. So I really do love the layout. I think it's just going to take a little time to grow on me is what it is. So here I'm going to add in this gold doily, and then I knew that I had this old Maggie Holmes Love You puffy sticker. I'm not sure what collection that was from, maybe the Shine collection, but it went perfect with this photo. So I already have that Project Life type card to the right of the photo that says love you, mean it. But I just wanted that to just kind of be there. I didn't want that to be the title. So I'm going to kind of add a few embellishments and things here. You can see I also added a tag up there at the top next to the doily, and then also a frame. And here is where I'm going to start gluing all of these things down. And I decide to move the photo and the mat down there to the bottom of the layout, and I really like how that looks. That frame is going to go around that navy blue heart, and I just really like how it just kind of focused on that one heart. Here I'm going to add a few more pieces. These are the puffy stickers from Willow Lane. And then I'm going to work on my title. Well, first I'm going to glue down this huge photo mat. And then I'm going to work on my title. And at first I'm thinking, okay, I want my title to be a magical love, I think is what I was going to go with. Because that's kind of what being a brother is. And this photo kind of showed that this moment was magic, but the next moment could have not been so magical. They could have started pulling on each other's hair, you know, like, but it is being a brother and being so close in age. They're about, I think, 19 months apart. Which I know isn't super close. Like, my sister and I are 15 months apart, so I know they could have been closer, but they haven't always gotten along, just like every other sibling, right? They butt heads. They don't always want to play nicely together, yada yada. But when they love each other, they love each other, and they are so sweet to each other, and this moment is just magical. And so I'm thinking I'm going to call it a magical love, but I didn't really like the way the I'm using a yellow is it Lawn Fawn? Freckled Fawn. It's Freckled Fawn. Puffy sticker, and I just didn't really like the way it looked. So I'm gonna just go with magical love, and I really like how simple that title is, and it just worked perfect for this photo. Now I'm going to add this cute little bow there. It's actually, I think it's embroidery floss, but it's in a bow shape, and I just thought that was super cute. I'm just adding another layer here to this right side to kind of cover up the zebra's butt. I don't know if you saw me, but I did cut up that zebra card, and I think that was from the Shine collection, and it still had the zebra's butt kind of sticking out and like the tail and everything, and so I was like, okay, I need to cover that up. So I did with just a scrap piece of paper. So now I am thinking, okay, this is missing something still. What am I gonna do? I need to add something more. So I am, let's see, oh yes. So I'm gonna add a little cluster up here at the top left-hand corner just to kind of balance the layout.